Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here. Today, going to show you guys how to play the fantastic solo to Wasted Years by Adrian Smith and Iron Maiden. Not going to waste any time chit-chatting here. Let's dig right into this one, shall we? Alright then, the solo to Wasted Years by Adrian Smith. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial, and we are going to be soloing in the key of E minor using the E natural minor scale right here. Pretty sure that he's up on the neck pickup for this solo as well. So 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15. E natural minor. So we're coming out of the main riff, which mid-song they're repeating a whole bunch of times, like maybe 12 times. Right, and then we drop into the intro to the solo. That right there. So we're sliding into the 5th fret of the B string. We're going to pick it 3 times, slide it into 7, do the same thing, slide it into 8, do the same thing, slide it into 10, and then finally slide it into 12. Right? And then we drop into the opening lick of the solo. So this little lick here, this is a great little lick. We're planting our index finger here on the 7 of the high E. We're going to kind of pedaling off the 10 and the 8 of the B string, returning back to that 7 of the high E each time. And when you go back to the 8 of the B, you do it twice between the 7 and the 8, right? So that's the lick, and you're going to repeat that 4 times. But about 4 times faster, right? And then you're finally going to drop onto that 8, back it up to 7, back it up to 5, back it up to 3, onto the 5, full step bend release, some whammy bar, right? Right, so that is the opening of the solo. And then we're into this. Just classic blues licks right here in the pentatonic, the E minor pentatonic, starting with a bend on the 15 of the B. And then finishing on the 14 of the high E with a half step bend. Right, so that's that lick. And when we bend that 14 a half step, we're going to pick it 4 or 5 times. Release it back to the natural note, pull it off to 12, and finish on the 13 of the B. Give that some whammy bar as well, right? And then we're into this lick, which is the same as the opening lick, but in a different position. We're going to repeat it 8 times this time. So now we're planting our index on the 15 of the high E, and we're pedaling off the 19, 17 of the B. Exact same pattern though. Right, double hits here between the 15, 17, right, of the B and the E. Right, so that's the pattern, but like I said, about 4 times faster. And like I said, you repeat it 8 times, and then you finally do a little double back and forth between the 17, 15, and then finish on that 17, right? And then we're into this little reverse scale run, which is kind of tricky to play. right up the E natural minor scale, starting on the 14, going on to 15, just little 2-note patterns, right? 14, 15, 12, 14, and you just basically, you know, it's kind of like scale run in reverse, 2-note pattern. And then you finally finish on the 9 of the D. So that is that little scale run. A little bit tricky because, like I said, it's kind of in reverse, right? Normal scale run will go the other way. Right, but this one goes the other way. I love scale runs like that. A little bit awkward. And we finish the solo with this. So we're going to drop onto the 12 of the high E. We're going to go 12, 14, 15 twice. And then we're going to move that into 17. And then we're going to continue going right up the scale on the high E string, but kind of double timed, right? Until you get to the 22nd fret, you're going to go right into a full step bend. And then you're going to release it back to the natural note at 22, pull it off to 19, back onto the 22. Finishing the solo with this. So from the bend, back it off to 20, and then we're going to go off to 19, back on to 20, right into a full step bend of the 20. Back to the natural note, back off to 19, 20 of the B, 19 of the G. And then you give that note some vibrato. Nice slow whammy bar vibrato on that note. And that is how you play that solo. So let's take it from the top nice and slow. And there you have it. That is how you play the solo to Wasted Years by Adrian Smith and Iron Maiden. Certainly hope you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, and if you did, please hit that like button right down below. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there, and we will see you next time. Cheers.